Hello, I am going to give you a quick update, but I will warn you in advance, I have absolutely no social battery. I've got none. I've got nothing. I guess I've got a little bit. I've got a little tiny bit, and I'm going to try and get through this video, which I've already completed once, but it was not usable. And yeah, you'd be surprised how much energy it takes to make a video when you're not actually, like, speaking to people in the same room or people at all. You're speaking to imaginary. You're speaking to potential people. I am speaking to potential people who might see this video someday, and it's absolutely exhausting my brain. That's a thing. That's a thing. So yes, I've come on to show you these cute little guys that I've made. I'm sorry, I just hit the camera. That's not very helpful. They're called Impkins. As you know, I do lots of crocheting, and this is what I've been doing to keep myself sane during the school holidays. We're currently about we're in our 4th week of school holidays, I think, and I might be losing my mind. I don't know. So yes, this is what I do when I can. When I can't concentrate, I do simpler things, like making thousands of paper stars. But the point I'm trying to get at, in a very roundabout way, is I'm always making something. I'm always making. It's a lot I can't show you because, I also have my advent and like other trades and art trades and things that I do. So I can't show you all the things, but I can show you these because they're not selling them or anything. I just make these little guys for me because they make me happy. I've made many more, but I can't show you the other ones I've made because they've been absorbed elsewhere or they're not as good. Because, excuse me, everything I make is not a success. So I will show you these. Well, how many are there? There are 5. There are 5 here. And then I can put them away and then I can start something new, and that will be good for me. So yes, these are called Impkins. The base pattern is from a pattern book. You can also buy it as a PDF from Crafty Intentions. So this is the book here. Ooh, over 1 million combinations. So it's like mix and match body parts for these little guys. And there's like sitting ones and standing ones. And there's hats and all sorts of little attachments, little bow tie. So yeah, it's a great book. I also have the PDF, which came out before the book. I think there might be 2 sets of PDFs, I'm not sure. Anyway, if you're interested in crochet, you want to explore that, go crazy. I'm going to introduce you to these 5 that I made, and I will point out the things that are in the pattern book as well as the things that I freehanded, just for reference. So this little guy here, he's quite a cute little bug, I think. I think he's a bug. He's a sort of bug. I think I did freehand the antenna, but I think there's also a pattern to do a similar one. I just think that maybe mine is a different length than what's in the book because I've done, this for many other patterns, so it's easy to just freehand. I put a little necklace on him because I thought it was cute. The wings are in the pattern book. They're cute little fairy/butterfly wings. There are tails that are similar to this in the pattern book, but I'm pretty sure I freehanded this one because I needed it extra wide to I want it to look more like an extension of the body. And yeah, there's a foam rod in his neck so that his head is nice and stable. Helps them sit up straight as well. And that's why his head can be at a cute little tilt too, because the rod has a wire in it, and that's essentially posable. So that's cool. And he's very sweet, and I really like him. Quite soft. Something I also want to mention is in the pattern book, I think I use a slightly smaller hook size because I like everything to be a lot tighter and smaller. So that means some things look a bit crowded, like the wings will look a tiny bit more crowded than they might if I used a larger hook size, but that's fine. I've got this one. I put like a chain here. Let's see if I can get some better lighting. I don't know. I put a chain here between the horns. The horns are from the pattern book. There's like a left and a right, which is quite cool, and they twist. But I only used about half the length of it. So in the pattern book, they're quite big. So I only kind of used the tip because I just wanted shorter horns. So it's part of the pattern, but not exactly this size. But literally, I just did from the tip down to roughly halfway, so that's fine. I really like these eyes, these safety eyes too. I've got a whole pack of those, so hopefully I'll be able to use those for more things. For this kind of hair that I put around the horns, that's just yarn that I kind of tied in, and then I separated the fibers to create this crimped effect. So yeah, the base body, the tummy panel, that's part of the book. Looks quite cute, makes the tummy a bit rounder. The horns, the body, the tummy panel, all parts of the book. I freehanded a little nubbin tail. It's like a little Smurf tail almost, just because the booty just looked kind of shapeless without something. And I experimented with different types of tails, and this tail worked out best. Funnily enough, the pattern book doesn't actually have any shoes. And I ended up making shoes for 2 of these dolls without even thinking, oh, that's like a whole genre of clothing that could have been explored. So anyway, I made these little boots. And there's something that I quite like in like the crafting, fiber craft world, where when people make like crochet dolls, because I quite like the look of a crochet doll versus like a knitted doll, but then use knitted clothing, because the fabric you make with knitting versus crochet is a lot thinner and a lot more, I think it's a lot more versatile, but I'm not a great knitter. I can barely knit at all. I'm learning, but it's a very slow process and much frustration. I can crochet anything though. So I basically just, instead of like getting that effect from changing the technique, I changed the fiber. So I used crochet thread to do the shoes, so that you get that difference in texture, and it kind of has a similar effect, and it's a thinner fiber. So these are like little lace-up boots that I made. And then on the back, I also made this little backpack, and it does have this cute little closure that's just on a bead. And of course, because I'm trying to do this on camera, it's gonna fight me. So, little backpack, it's got a little beaded charm on the backpack. So I thought those were cute accessories for this one, because there's nothing on the back, so you kind of open it up. And there is a backpack in the pattern book as well, but it wasn't the shape that I wanted exactly, and I wanted to use the thinner crochet thread, so I freehanded this backpack. But there is one in the book, which is quite good. And in the backpack, I've just got a little heart-shaped worry stone. I thought I could have made a book. I could have made an actual tiny book to put in there too, but I didn't. So that's this Impkin, which had quite a lot going on. I do like this kind of chain detail that I made, though. I think that's nice. Maybe I should put a stitch or something to actually hold it in place so it moves less. An invisible stitch, that could work. So that's number 2. Number 3, I'll show you this guy. This is kind of a Mothman theme. So, like, you know, the cryptid Mothman with the big wings and everything. So, base pattern. I did get red eyes specifically because I wanted to make a Mothman, but I just don't like the red it's not the right red. I'm really disappointed with them. And now I have like, 100 of these. So what am I gonna do? I guess I should figure out something else with red eyes. Maybe a bunch of albino type critters or something. I don't know. Um, yeah, it's the incorrect red. I'm disappointed with that. But something I did do was so it's like a base body with the sitting. These wings are in the pattern book, so I followed those more or less exact. And I freehanded the antenna. But see this fuzzy, fluffy stuff. This is like a soft, really soft, lovely teddy bear yarn. Well, they call it yarn, but what it is actually like thin strips of fabric. So like if you crochet with them, they don't look great. Maybe you can knit with them. It's got a front and a back. If it's yarn, it doesn't have a front and a back. It should be the same all the way around because it's a string. This stuff is not that, but it is really soft, and I do use it in a lot of things. So I literally just stitched it on over the top because I wanted like a fuzzy moth body. And there's no tail because he's a moth, and moths don't have tails. I could have maybe done something similar to this. That could have been cute, maybe, with the little abdomen. But I did not. So this is my Mothman Impkin. He's very cute, very small. His head's kind of big. I don't know how that happened because I did his head twice and it came out that way. Anyway, he's cute. I like him. He was, and now I've got a million red eyes because of reasons. Next, I'll go on to this little dragon. He's very lovely. I really love the way he came out. His tummy is so round. Sometimes things end up more shapely, sometimes they end up less shapely. And there's no rhyme or reason to it. Like, even when I make legs, you can see there's always one bigger than the other. I make them in threes, so I can at least choose the two that are the most similar. And I'll make the three legs, like, within the same half hour, say. And my tension just varies. And that's just me, I guess. That's a me problem. So, yeah. There's... all of them have like different size legs, but I mean, you probably only notice if I point it out, which I do because words. So yeah, the Impkin body is all, and the head and everything is all from the pattern, but something I misunderstood the pattern. So this is one of the first ones I made with this standing body type in this batch. So it'd been a while since I'd looked at the pattern, and I ended up putting an additional row of decreases in the face, which gave him a nice little snout, because they all have like a bit of an indentation where the eyes kind of go in, but because he had such a snout, that's why he turned into a dragon. I was like, oh, he looks quite dragony, and then I put the big tail on him. This tail is in the pattern book, but I don't think I used the whole thing. I don't think I made the whole tail. I may have done, but again, the pattern's there. I just didn't do as much of it. The spikes are in the pattern book. That was a cool little new skill that I picked up. The wings obviously are purchased. They're kind of like puffy, a little bit puffy. I just sewed those on. And I like the shiny black eyes with the shiny black wings. It's quite cute. I believe I freehanded these horns, but I mean, they're really just simple little cones. And then I beaded him. You can see there's sequins and kind of iridescent beads all over. It goes all the way down his tail as well. And that was just trying something new. I kind of wanted to separate the color of his tummy, but I didn't want to do a tummy panel like this because his tummy's such a nice shape already. I was afraid it would just flatten it out. So yeah, there's a little guy. And he stands up because of his tail, which is nice. So that's a benefit of having a nice long tail. They stand up well. And lastly, I will move on to this one, which is actually my favorite. The first thing I want to show you with this little guy is look at the color here. This yarn, it looks so boring from a distance, but up close you can see all these little colors in it. And the name of the yarn is Purple Berry Mug Cake, I think. Something berry mug cake. Chocolate. It's chocolate berry mug cake. That's what it is. It's not purple. Chocolate berry mug cake. And I thought that was really cute. And I bought it from Wool Warehouse, I think it was. And I think I'll probably be buying more of it because it amuses me. Anyway, I thought this gem kind of matched a bit with the skin. And right, so I'll get on to what's been free-handed and what's been pattern. The body is basically the pattern, and he's got some ears under there which are also mostly from the pattern, but the cape is kind of partially from the pattern. I did the hood part from the pattern, but then because I use the smaller hook size, as I say, the cape pattern that's from the book ended up too chunky and didn't look right, so I basically just freehanded the cape part of the cape. And I also freehanded the frog eyes because I just got this random idea that I would like to make a frog cape for my Impkin. And as I said, the book doesn't have shoes, so I made like little frog feet for him as well. I suppose they're more like paws, but I mean, what can you do with yarn? He's got like little shoes, little booties. And his cape does come off. I made the closure with some, what do you call it? It's like bead elastic. And because the, oh, I'm sorry, this went better the last time I did the video. Because this gem is so spiky, it's like really difficult to get it undone, but it does come apart. So we take this off, and he's got a nice little frog necklace. And if you take the froggy cape off, you see he's got like amphibious gills, ears type things. So this is part of the pattern book as well, to do these ears, but I think I made them smaller and I didn't follow the pattern exactly, but it's there, which is awesome. Like, yeah, here I think one's bigger than, no, it's just a bit crowded. They are roughly the same, but they are roughly the same. And I put a little Smurf tail on him too because I love a nubbin tail. And he's got his little shoes, he's got his little frog necklace, and he's my absolute favorite, my chocolate berry mug cake. And because frogs are also my favorite. And then I tuck his little gills back and I put his little cape back on, and he's just the sweetest little guy. So yeah, those are the 5 most recent Impkins that I've made. And I will be back to show you more things that I've been making as and when I can actually reveal them. And I am so glad that I got through this video because now I need a nap. I will catch you later.